12 minutes past the hour of 8. I really do thank you for waking up and keeping it here on Sunrise at Sea. Now, I do not know about you, but after watching that video with Sarah and Sandra, I am definitely going to go get myself a virgin mojito. Joining me today on Our Views are the ladies. I have Sarah and Kira. Sarah, why are you so comfortable? Is that your natural habitat?
The bar?
Yes. I am asking for a concerned citizen watching us this morning.
You know, one thing that a lot of people don't know about me is that I'm really good in the kitchen. Whether it's the kitchen or it's in the bar, I make the best cocktails. And not only just virgin cocktails, but like a whole wide range of cocktails. I am actually really good at making things up, like recipes in the kitchen. I am, yes.
You just sit there and start randomly putting things together and boom, you have
it's
something
a skill,
going.
you know. Not
Yes.
everyone can actually mix things up.
I can't. I've tried it. And I spent the whole time in the, Anyway, let's dive into the conversation. Today is a Friday, and we're going to switch it up a little bit. And this morning, the big question on the table is, the ladies, would you allow your man to have a female bestie? Now, this is the thing. The reason why I say bestie is because we pretend that these things don't exist, but besties are there. I, for one, even before I allow the ladies to speak, I'm going to give my opinion. If I am dating you, if I am your wife, and I am not your bestie, you will find your bestie to cook for you food. Kira, what's your opinion on that?
I have no problem in man having a female best friend.
Why?
Because I believe before you met me, you had friends. You know, you had a life before you met me. So me telling you to cut off ties with people you've been in contact with for a very long time, I feel like it's just not fair. It's just a matter of respecting what the two of you have. You understand? If you had to do something with your friend behind my back, you're going to do it, or you already did it. Who knows? Yeah. But I'm not going to be all up in your space to tell you that, you know what, don't have a female best friend. I don't mind a man having a female best friend.
The response you've given is in relation to friends. I am not asking if you should allow your man cut off his friends. I am asking, would you allow your man to have that one female friend that is extra close to him? Because the definition of best friend is someone that is close to you and knows almost everything that is going on in your life.
No.
You wouldn't be comfortable?
So now the tables have changed. Now that
I think it's still okay. By the time you're with me, you chose me. You understand? Yeah. And maybe your friend understands you in certain ways that I don't. Just like the way you keep saying, monopoly has been overrated. You get it? So if the things you find comfortable talking to your friend that you're not comfortable talking to me about, that's okay. So I don't really mind my man having a female best friend. I have a lot of male friends, and I would put myself in these shoes. I'd be like, why would you stop me from having my friends? Like,
how are you comfortable having your man talking about issues that are so dear to him with someone else other than you? Break it down for me.
Siobhan.
Okay,
For
Sarah.
instance, so for instance, if he had like something phenomenal happened in his life, say he got a job promotion or he lost a loved one,
And the
he
first person he told was
the
his
bestie
best
and
friend.
you.
The first person?
Yes, because that is what it is.
Okay, now no. I have to be your first person. But, oh my God.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Okay, for me, it's such a really gray area, because you're not going to keep fighting with every female in his life. I mean, he has his mother, he has his sisters, he has his now the bestie. He's going to have daughters, and
Too much competition.
It's too much competition, and I think we should just learn to, fight our battles. And it's a lot. It's hurtful when you expect that the man in your life or the love of your life would not, run to you first if he had a problem.
Exactly.
And I see why a lot of women may have a huge challenge with their man having a female best friend. Because imagine you go to an event and then the bestie is telling, no, he doesn't like cabbage.
Oh my God.
He doesn't like his food with a lot of salt.
Who asked you now?
But let me tell you, I have had an experience with that, and it wasn't funny. So this one time, I had gone with my friend, and we had gone to see my man, and we're just having a good time. We're about 3 ladies and 2 other guys. So I was He loves ginat paste with matoke. So the way I do my ginat paste, it depends. I will not tell you the recipe because it might be pretty embarrassing. But anyway, the way I was cooking it is the way I like to cook it, and I know he likes it that way. So I put in my onions, I blend my tomatoes, and I just wanted to put it in indagala and just, cover it and it heats up.
Yes.
Madam, my friend assured me, no, but I'm going to call him Bob. Bob doesn't like his food that way. I'm like, what do you mean?
This was your friend or?
His friend that is also my friend. And he told me, no, that's not how he likes his ginats. I'm like,
I think it hits different.
No. So how are you able to know how my man likes his ginats and you're even able to advise? Now that is crossing the line for me.
Yes.
She has definitely cooked for him before. I feel like by the time somebody's able to give such an opinion, either they've actually cooked for them before and they give them a feedback like, oh, I prefer this. Or,
don't break relationships, Banange, this morning.
I'm just saying.
But again, you see, perhaps we are just going about this the wrong way and just focusing so much on trivial things and just failing and forgetting to enjoy our relationships. If somebody comes and says, no, that is not how he likes to
I think it's how
eat
you
his
interpret
groundnuts.
things, yes.
But
you take a moment to give a side eye, but then you know what?
You're like, let me breathe.
You're not going to spoil my day. It's okay. Let's go and ask him how he likes to eat his groundnuts. Yes, let's go and ask him.
We see who wins. Huh?
Hey, you want them cooked in banana fibers or you want them fried?
And
straight
whatever
up.
choice he makes, he needs to be careful because whatever choice he makes means I will either walk out or stay in the relationship. Anyway, I did pose out this particular question to our viewers and we had some pretty interesting responses. Let's have a look. Would you allow your man to have a female best friend?
I think I would. No, I would never allow that.
I think it's very risky.
I'm so protective of my wife.
Yeah.
No.
Why?
Because sometimes wives tend to become, should I say, problematic, and sometimes the man doesn't feel like, they should confide in you about some stuff.
Because my husband, we were first best friends. And then, before our entanglement, we were best friends first. So how can you tell me that my husband is having a female best friend? What if things did,
It's a hard one if I say yes or no. I would trust my girl, so I would allow that because I know her personality. Yeah? She will be okay. But then on the other hand, it's very risky. It's very risky, yeah.
It's like having a chicken as your pet. Or walking with a sugar cane as your walking stick in a desert.
My friend, having a female bestie, telling your man to have a female bestie or allowing your man to have a female best friend is like what?
Having a chicken for a pet.
Ladies, when do you know that you have crossed the boundaries? When you know that now my friend has actually crossed the boundaries and is getting out of the friend zone and is definitely heading into the relationship line. What are some of those signs that the viewer can actually look out for?
For me, it's a very gray area because anything can be easily misinterpreted. Even if she calls, at a certain time and is asking, oh, how is he, or can I talk to him? Or if she's calling at a certain time, that could be a red flag. Again, it couldn't also be a red flag. She could be genuinely having some information to tell him. It could be an emergency.
Oh, really?
So it's just, listen, when we look at other females in our men's lives as competition, we tend to become insecure, and anything, even the most genuine or sincere gesture from them can become a red flag. So that's why I'm saying it's a very gray area. She could come and say, oh, hi, Paul. I was like, why is your tone
like
high?
that?
Why are you talking to him like that? Like you're not talking normally. Why is it different?
Why are you changing your accent?
Thank you. Yes. So I think we should just approach our relationships with no bias. Like Kira already hinted in the beginning. Like, she's been in his life, or this person has been in his life before you. She definitely has more information on him. She knows him better than you do. So I think it's more of just find a way to coexist and, set the boundaries. Let him know, let them know I had a situation where a guy I was seeing was not comfortable with my relationship with one of my male friends, and we did have a platonic relationship, but he was so uncomfortable to the point he called all of us for a meeting.
Ayo.
Listen,
All of you.
we had a meeting and we ironed out and drew out boundaries, because he said, I understand this is your friend, he has been in your life a long time, you have a good friendship, but it makes me uncomfortable when he does things for you or talks to you in a way that ideally would be how
Coming
I
from you,
interact
yeah.
with you. So yeah, it's draw boundaries, and if you truly respect each other, you know, stick to them. That
I
is
think
what
that was
we
very
did.
mature of the man that you were dating then, but again, it takes lots of maturity. Kira, what are some of those red flags that, you know what, this man that you're dating a man, and then you probably have a man that you have friends on, but he's clearly crossing the line. What are some of those signs?
The guy that
The guy that you're not dating, your friend,
oh,
your
my
bestie.
friend, my bestie.
Because you did say that you have more friends that are male.
Yes, I think if you don't have respect for my boundaries, like Sarah said, if I actually set boundaries and you're actually not respecting that, I think that's a deal breaker for me. I'm sure so many of us have actually had instances whereby your friend, your male friend that you thought was actually your friend, later on says, you know what, I have feelings for you, you know? And the question is, what's strong? Is it the relationship? If you tell them that, you know what, I'm seeing someone, or let's stay friends if you really want us to be friends. If they don't respect that, if they actually don't stick around after telling that, I don't think they're actually friends in the first place.
But what percentage of people actually respect and allow to have these candid conversations and even respect what you have said as an individual?
I think it all depends on an individual, you know. Some people are so insecure. No matter how many times you assure them that there is nothing going on, yeah, it's all goes back to personality and insecurity. So I think just like Sarah hinted on, if we keep going back and saying that you did this, you did that, or I don't like how this girl talks to you, the relationship is never going to work out.
I don't like how she looks at you.
Yes, like if you keep looking at pinpointing for the smallest, tiniest details, you know. Yes, I'm not saying that there may be something out of it, but don't overlook into things, yeah? And if you sit down and have a conversation with someone, just like Sarah sat down with her boyfriend, who knows, it may help.
But you see, it's a very gray area,
It
Kira,
is.
because sometimes it could be insecurity, it could be intuition, it could be you seeing
intuition-
the
Could be
things.
smoke without fire.
It could be you actually seeing red flags, but you know, you're also telling yourself, okay, maybe I'm overreacting, but that does not add up. What she's doing, it does not add up, or how they're acting does not add up. I think it's very important to have, you know, to let it out. I'm feeling insecure about this, or when
Yes.
she does this, or, you know, talk about it. And then again, I do not, I am not for people keeping people that they have friend zoned in their life. So for instance, if I'm in a relationship and then I am keeping a guy I friend zoned, a guy who likes me, who I know likes me, who people know
that-
likes me,
that's
and
not
then you
good.
keep this person close. It's very dangerous because you will sabotage your relationship by keeping
100%.
this person in there, in your life. So I just think that it would be a lot safer if you're in a relationship, stay away from everybody you have friend zoned. You could have,
Eventually, they always pop back, you know.
they do pop back,
yeah.
but clearly draw the boundary, because you can't draw boundaries if you're still talking to each other every day.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Because
Very true.
then I would ask you, for those that say that I would not allow my man to have a female bestie, or I would not allow my woman to have a male best friend, would that then bring them to the issue of trust? Is it an issue of trust? Is it an issue of self-esteem? Or is it just that I do not trust you, or I do not trust myself?
This is the thing. Human beings are just disappointing. That is one characteristic we all have. We are very disappointing people. And at the end of the day, it's scary, but it's something that we can't do anything about. You're only responsible for your own actions as an individual. You as Siobhan, or me as Sarah. I'm only responsible for my actions. I'm not responsible for my man's actions. So it is very scary to be vulnerable with somebody. I'm in love with you. I want to build a relationship with you. But then there's somebody else who, by the way, if you see how men treat their female besties and how they treat their girlfriends or the woman,
very
it's
different.
more or less the same.
Right?
It's
Like
just
there's
different.
no difference.
And this is the thing. You can't know, like if you see him buying her flowers on her birthday and yet he buys you flowers on your birthday. He's taking her out to lunch and he takes you out to lunch. I'm like, where's the difference?
You have just gotten the words out of my mouth. Thank
Where's
you.
the difference? How sure am I that there's nothing else happening
between
you
the
know,
two of
behind
you,
the scenes? Do you get me? So it's very scary to be that vulnerable with somebody and allow them to, you know, give all your trust and, you know, like, you know what, I'm going, even if you do those things you do for me for I'm going to trust that there's nothing more. It's very tricky. So that is why a lot of people, I believe, would not be comfortable with their partner or spouse having, you know, a bestie of the opposite sex. Could be friends, but bestie, you know how we are with our besties?
Bestie's too big.
It's too big. No, I
Maybe
honestly
friend.
wouldn't
It's
also
okay
be
being friend, but
comfortable with it.
bestie, no.
So Kira, how about you? Would you say it's a thing of lack of trust, or is it a problem of self-esteem, or even inferiority complex?
I think it's a bit of
A mixture
of everything. You know, it's a bit of everything. Your man may actually trust you, but he may not trust the person around you. You get it. It's not like he's insecure. Yes, he's not insecure. He knows what he has, you know. But because of the small gestures he may not be able to do for you that another man may do for you, or your best friend, like you may call it. Now, that's where the insecurity comes in, you know. It's like he's trying to compete for the same attention you give to your friend, or your friend gives you, you know. So I think that's where the insecurity comes in. Even if somebody says, I'm not a jealous kind of person. Sarah's not a jealous kind of person. I know that. I'm not a jealous kind of person. Yeah. But it's always the small things that will take you off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a bit of everything. And deep down, we are all insecure. Deep down, I think we all have trust issues to some extent. Yeah. So it's all about how you go about it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Let's also not forget the person who is in the relationship. Say, if I'm in a relationship with you, it is your responsibility to protect our relationship. So if I told my man, I'm not comfortable with how your friend is around you, it's not, you know, and you dismiss that off, I feel like that is very insensitive and very disrespectful. Because I am coming to you with a problem. I'm not comfortable with how your relationship. Let me backtrack to the example with this gentleman that I dated. For me, before we had that meeting, he had told me a number of times, sir, I'm not comfortable with your relationship with your friend. I'm like, but we are friends, we are friends. For me to have to put him in a position where he has to call my friend and I and put us on a round table, that right there was pushing the limit in our relationship. And I think we have to be very considerate of our partner's concerns so that it doesn't put them in that situation to call everybody in order. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's on the people in the relationship to safeguard their relationship.
Yeah.
But also, I do not think we should put our spouses or our partners or people that we are dating in a position where they feel they have a competition or they're feeling insecure. It's not healthy, because at the end of the day, you will be the one to suffer.
True.
You do not want to put your partner in a situation where they feel like, am I good enough for my partner? What don't I have that this person has that is not enough for them? So when you look at it that way, but yet again, it comes back to compromise, sitting down on a round table and discussing some of these things. Because I mean, for the incident of Sarah and your friend, you guys were clearly friends, but your partner will not see it that way. And I think it's very important that if your woman or if your man came out and told you, you know what, Shivan, you know what, Kira, I do not like the way you behave with this gentleman, I do not like the way you behave with this lady, you owe them the courtesy to listen and do not dismiss them. I was dismissed when I came out with this particular thing, and somehow it ended the relationship, because if I am telling you I do not like the way
you interact
with this particular lady, I do not like the fact that she knows more information about you than I do, that puts me in a very bad situation.
It does.
It makes me look like I'm the fool, like I am in my own movie, I'm the director, I'm the producer, and I'm the actor. Like, no. So ladies,
you're
as we wind up this conversation, why are you throwing light on me? As we wind up the conversation, I would like to hear, What advice would you give to a woman this morning or a man this morning so that they can help and keep their relationship healthy even while having their friends around? That means, what are some of the things they need to put into consideration when actually having relationships with their friends? Yes.
I think one thing that we fail to do, or we forget to do when we get into relationships, is also have the conversations with our besties, with our friends. You know, we don't tell. It's like we find, especially women, we find ourselves in a situation where our man is dating me, my sisters, my bestie.
Sorry, what?
No, because we carry them into our relationship.
Okay. Oh, yes,
you understand?
yes,
we
yes.
carry them into our relationship.
Yeah.
We're telling them everything, details from beginning, timestamps, everything. We're telling them everything about the relationship. So I think it's also important for us to also draw boundaries when we get into relationships with our friends. We have to tell our friends, like, I really like this person. I want this relationship to work out. And I need you to support me in the way that I would like you to support me.
Okay.
So, for instance, we can't go partying every day. You can't call me all the time. You understand? Draw
Actually,
boundaries with
yeah.
your friends as well.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, and we would hope to have this conversation go on and on, but time is not on our best side. However, you can actually leave your comment down below. Would you allow your man to have a female bestie? And for the ladies, would you allow your man, I beg your pardon, and for the women, would you allow your woman to have a male bestie? Well, that's a conversation that you can weigh in by going to our Twitter platform, that is at CTV Uganda, under the hashtag CTV Sunrise. Do not forget that you can definitely leave your comment down below. Up next is Our Views Part 2, School Moments. You don't want to miss that conversation. Good morning.